Here we go with our third Hour of Devastation box opening. Lucky in our first box, Invocation, bunch of mythics. Our second box was, well, less than ideal. You can take a look at the video. We'll have all of that available for you. And hopefully this third one is super awesome. Thank you, God Pharaoh, for giving us the ability to enjoy your presence. Sweet. And let's do it a little bit. No, screw it. Just dump them all out, and here we go. All right. Organize them a little bit this time. All right, here we go. Stack at a time. Goes back a little, and straight up to the races. Wildfire Eternal and a Gilded Ceradon. So, well, swing and a miss for the first one, but it's just a one pack. 35 more to go. The foil Desert Ceradon, or Gilded Ceradon's kind of cool. Not for playability purpose, but the art looks pretty sweet. Oh, and a Reason to Believe. Yay! I hope you can hear the sarcasm in my voice for that one. Jeez, these packs are not cooperating. Supreme Will, money uncommon. Is that two? Oh, geez, I thought there was two of the Chef at Dunes. That would have been crazy. We'll keep the Supreme Will. Oh, Scavenging Grounds, not too bad. I'll take the possible modern playable land. Endless Sands or Endless Suns, whichever one that one was. The really bright art is the one I'm less inclined or less excited to open. Here we go. Struggle to Survive is super good. Oh, Hour of Revelation. Awesome. The White Hour, certainly close to 100% going to see playability. If, especially if a white-based or a blue-white type control deck is viable. The triple white is a little bit dicey for something like a 3-color build, but it could still see some play. Being able to cast it for just triple white is also just bonkers. Ooh, Pride Sovereign. For those of you that like kitty cats, well, here you go. Here's another Lord, I guess. And that's actually kind of fitting because it's the Pride Sovereign, and you know it's the Lord of the real. Okay, not only does it give, I'm gonna stop there. It gives +1/+1, and it's also, I'm gonna guess the male, considering it's the Sovereign. Oh, Ahmed Eternal. Ugh, Overcome. Gross. I would have loved to see this in any of the green, during pre-releases in any of the green decks that I had, because it just basically wins the game on the spot. But Ahmed Eternal, that was pretty good. Also, the first time, look at that creature type line, Zombie, Crocodile, Demon. The zombie decks, if they continue to exist, which they probably will in some capacity, I could see them easily including the Ahmed Eternal, just because it's 3/3 for 5 is so good. Ooh, we've got an hour? Oh, okay, I went to, whoa, this pack is really good. Holy crap. So, first of all, Hour of Devastation, this card 100% going to be seeing play, just because a Wrath that also hits Planeswalkers is quite good, and the fact that it gets rid of some indestructible creatures. Not that we have to worry about them all that much, but Hour of Glory, oh, and poor Ronus, look at that face in Ronus, no! And it's a foil too. Oh, nope, staying in one column just to see. So far, that pack by itself has been better than the rest of the 4 or 5 other packs that we've opened up to this point. Feral Prowler, I like that one. More kitties, Vile Manifestation. Oh, look, and another foil. Kenra, Earthshaker Kenra. It'll see some play in red aggressive decks if those are able to exist. I guess Open Fire is the common that's 3 damage to a creature or player. Is a pretty cool inclusion in this set, because you know, we don't have really much just damage to face really in this standard format. We don't have really many red burn spells. God Pharaoh's Gift. House in limited. 7 mana artifact that just gets back creatures. Maybe if there's like mid-rangey type creature mirrors, maybe, but I'm not too hopeful. Ooh, Adorned Pouncer. Look at that evil-looking kitty cat with it. Actually, I just now noticed, look at its tail has a sword or whatever on it. I'm guessing that's the claws are what are first strike damage, and then the sword is the second half of regular damage is the first strike, the second half of first strike of the double strike. Open fire. This is the card that I was talking about. It's really expensive, 3 mana, 3 damage, but like I said, we don't have much go to face damage anymore. Ugh. The green 2-drop Kenra, far less exciting than the red one. Just because on 2 it's a bear, it gives itself +2/+2, but after that it doesn't do anything. It's just a 2/2 for 2. Later on in the game, obviously being able to pump something, but sorcery speed pumps are far from ideal. This is defeat, pretty good. This, oh sweet, Razaketh. I'm actually a little bit more excited about the obelisk spider. Geez, this just makes attacking so difficult. You gain the life when you get the counters, and from any. Oh, here we go. Let's actually bring the obelisk spider back. You gain life and you drain life even when the counters don't come from the spider. So any way to get counters, and it's just the 4 toughness is huge. Razaketh, it's pretty cool. Once again, demonic tutor on a stick. Gladly. I can't see that card not seeing some form of EDH play. It's just a big, expensive, very powerful thing that won't see play in standard because it's too slow. Champion of Wits. This one, this eternalized creature is pretty good. The filter 2 cards, draw 2, discard 2 when it enters on turn 3 is decent, but drawing 4 and discarding 2 when you eternalize it for 6? No, is it? It's eternalized for 7. That's also quite the powerful effect that you get. I won't say for free because you have to spend 7 mana, but it's already in your graveyard. Oh look, a Neheb and an Abrade. Neheb again, cool. That's very strong, 6 power, very difficult to deal with, and 4/6 for 5 is actually pretty strong. But the fact that you can, I don't know what this effect would be called, like rituals based on damage. But so no matter what, if they block, you're getting 3 red mana in the second main phase. If they don't block, you're getting 4. And Abrade is another one of the uncommons in this set. There's a couple of them, Abrade, Supreme Will, Claim to Fame, that are going to definitely see play, especially in Standard. Claim to Fame is probably less likely to see play in Standard just because there's not that many 2-drops that you're excited to bring back. Speaking of cards you're unexcited to have is Imminent Doom. I just, there's no words. I don't know how that you're going to be able to make that go off, just because casting, whenever you cast a spell with a number of counters on it, so it enters with 1 counter, you have to cast a 1-drop, and then it deals that much damage, and then you get another counter. There's not proliferate, so you can't really add counters easily, and how many 1-drops are you casting after your 3 mana spell just to have it deal 1 damage, and then you have to cast a 2-drop to have it deal 2 damage. You have to just do so much work for it to do even 2 or 3 or 5 damage that it's not really all that worth it. Hostile Desert, and a foil Crypt of the Eternals. Mana disadvantage because you have to tap this land and something else in order to filter, but I guess if you need those colors. Hostile Desert though, possibly going to see some play, maybe as an inclusion in the a New Perspectives deck, or if decks with Evolving Wilds aren't too color restricted. I could see it, or I guess even the Cycle lands for that matter. Just being able to have a creature land for relatively cheap. Apocalypse Demon, blah, 6 mana, some size creature that's way too expensive for its effect. Boo! Come on, Hour. I know that your EV is probably a little lower than some of the sets we've seen from the constructive playability perspective, but we've seen some good cards, and I know that we've got some potential good rips here. So let's start getting to them. Ooh, this is one of those ones that's pretty cool. Mirage Mirror. Yeah, sure, I'll copy anything. Oh no, you have a Locust God? Well, so do I. Oh no, Glory Bringer? Oh shoot. Oh wait, I've got a Glory Bringer too. River Hopi. Oh, there we go. Hour of Eternity. Oh yeah, this is the blue hour. Jeez, I've missed that this whole time. I keep I look at the spell itself and I forget that they're part of that cycle. Sure, I'll take a 4/4 for 5 or 2 4/4s for 7. 2 4/4s for 7 sounds spicy, and 3 4/4s for 9 sounds broken. A 4/4 for 5 sounds just okay. Scaling a little bit depending on your opponent's creatures. Don't think you're playing a blue-based deck that has many creatures if you're playing the Hour as well. It just doesn't seem to kind of fit together. Oh, speaking of, here we go, Endless Sands, the blinding light of Noah Bradley's art. I don't say that as a slight, of course. It's actually quite good. It's unfortunate the card itself is rather meh and a half. Whoa, what do we got? Rail Form's pretty sweet. Oh, here we go, Hollow One. Well, another one of the cards, it cycles itself. I could see it as being a possible alternate win condition in the New Perspective types decks. You're probably going to see some number of removal spells taken out for the sideboards of decks against New Perspective, so that card gets a little bit better. Ooh, perfect, our first god. That's awesome. Oh, and we got a foil swamp. But this art is just like nasty too. This is just a river of blood. You got a spear and a dead dude kind of hanging out on the shore. Rest in peace, Egyptian themed person. Scorpion God. This one's really cool. Yeah, sure, I'll kill your thing. Oh, cool, I also get to draw cards? Nice. What is it? It's a 6/5. Yeah, geez, 6/5. It's so painful. Once again, speaking from minimal pre-release experience, just when someone plays one of the gods against you, just okay, cool, I guess I lose. Either I have Final Reward or the 5-mana red spell. Ooh, Hour of Promise, the green one. Yeah, ramp for days. It's funny that actually the Locust God is in this picture and it's the green Hour when the Locust God is not green. Well, I guess that being said, none of the gods are green. They're all just the Grixis colors because they're friends with our god Pharaoh Bolas. And he's Grixis colors himself. What do we got? Oh, okay. I refuse to cooperate. Maybe. I actually thought the first part of Refuse to Cooperate, the refuse part, was 3 mana, but having it cost 4 is so rough. You're not really doing much. You're leaving up 4 mana in the off chance that they cast a spell, and I guess it's 4 mana, possibly deal up to maybe 4, 5, or 6, which is. It's okay. It just feels like it's not gonna. There's gonna be. I don't know of a deck that's gonna want to do it. Speaking of Locust God, look at that. Our almost back-to-back 2 gods. Whoa, this one's pretty good. I'm excited to see all of the gods. I feel like in some way, shape, or form we're gonna see all of the gods in constructed matches. Obviously with their different abilities, they're in different types of decks, but I could see this in if nothing else, the sideboard in against some of the mid-range decks in some blue-red or blue-red-white or Grixis control builds with the god, the fact that it's very difficult to deal with, and you just draw cards and it creates more blockers against those mid-range decks seems really good. And special note, the Frilled Sandwalla, our Basking Rootwalla, I guess, variant of this set. Oh, this card was such a house. One of the MVPs, definitely, of Limited. And especially being able to play multiple. It's just, when you play it and then you attack on turn 2, whether you're, on the play or on the draw, it's so groan-inducing. Your opponent's like, well, do I make them use their mana and trade off for their 1-drop? Another Scavenging Grounds, meh, less than exciting. Or yeah, this card's a house. If you can play it, obviously if you're in green, it's quite good. And even in the late game, 3/3 is actually pretty relevant stats. It feels in this format, and the cost is relatively low to chump or to pump it. So I'm very up on that card. I very much enjoy playing it, and I even more enjoy having my opponents groan when I play a card. Here we go. Oh, Torment of Hellfire. Here we go. There's our God Pharaoh doing just a bunch of disgusting nonsense. What? This, for 5 mana, they can either lose 9 life or sacrifice 9 life, sacrifice 3 permanents, or discard 3 cards, or some combination of the above. For 5, it doesn't seem that great. If your X equals, if X equals 5 for 7, then that feels really good. 'Cause odds are by that point in the game, there aren't 5 cards in their hand. There's maybe 1 or 2, and if they aren't playing them out, then they're dead cards. So that sucks. So either they're discarding good cards, or maybe there's not that many permanents, and then they're just losing a bunch of life, and that's your finisher. Bantu's Last Reckoning, another one that's definitely going to see some play. This cycle of cards where you get something and your lands don't untap, very risky, obviously, but they're all very, very strong, and I want to see exactly how they all shake up in terms of constructed viability, because just having access to a 3-mana Wrath or a 4-mana Control Magic, as in Kefnit's Last Words, is very strong, and it jumps the. I mean, we don't even have 4-mana Wraths anymore in terms of Bantu's Last Reckoning, much less, we barely get 5-mana Wraths now, and the 5-mana Wraths aren't that good, but on 3, who knows? Most of the time I can see you casting Bantu's Last Reckoning maybe on like turn 6 and then leaving up maybe a counterspell. 3 pretty good cards. Supreme Will, one of the uncommons, the money uncommons. Ominous Sphinx, I could also see this being possibly having some role. A 4/4 flyer for 5 is pretty good, and I guess whatever, Driven to Despair. It's a pretty cool limited card, but nothing much to write home about otherwise. I'm excited for this new standard. I want to see what new decks are going to come out, if there are going to be new decks, what new spice is added to the old decks, and see if we can shake up the metagame a bunch. Adorned Pouncer, yeah, who doesn't like kitty cats? Also, I just noticed Pride's, this is indeed a cat. Pride Sovereign pumps it. So you get a 2/2 double strike, and then a 5/5 double strike if you have Pride Sovereign. But I guess if you have Pride Sovereign and Adorned Pouncer in your limited deck, you're pretty happy. If you're playing a competitive constructive format, I don't know how happy you're gonna be. But to each his or her own. Speaking of disgusting white cards, Angel of Condemnation. You see this in your sealed pool or in draft, certainly pick it, because the card is broken. We were talking about groan inducing a little bit earlier with I don't even know, Frilled Sandwalla, I think is its name, but the Basking Root Wall variant of Hour of Devastation. The Angel is infinitely more groan inducing, just because almost, if they're able to untap, it basically is able to win the game there. Claim to Fame. Oh, that feeling when your uncommon is way more exciting than your 7-mana rare, and actually worth about 4 to 5 times as much. Ripperoni. Okay, 2 more packs, 3 more packs if we include the one in my hand. What do we got? Here we go. Can we pray for an invocation? Can we get one of those? Can we get one? Oh, cool. A junk rare. That's fun. It's okay. I don't know if there's spill everything everywhere. If there's a way to maybe ramp it out and wrath the board, I guess that's exciting, but nah, I want my 7 drops to have a little bit more oomph, rather than just being a 6/6 for 7 that may or may not wrath the board. Here we go. Speaking of it's a card that would survive that wrath, but, well, generally speaking, I guess. 4/4 for 3, or pardon me, 3/3 for 4, Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. Pretty good by itself, but has the ability to be a 5/5. I'll take it. If deserts are viable and there's a green base deck that uses deserts, I could see that card being in there. Maybe, in our red-green, like Gods variants, that were, the decks that we're playing Ronus, that card's fairly easy to turn on. I could see that being there. It's a pretty strong creature. Ooh, all right. Well, another one of the cycle of your lands don't untap cards, Oketra's Last Mercy. If there is a burn deck, this card says no. And actually one of the cooler cards that we have yet to see. Look at that bird, the river hoopoe, hoopu. Whatever. This card's really good. If you're in these colors, you certainly should be playing that, and I could see you wanting to be in these colors if you see this card. Being able to... The draw is good by itself, but being able to use the ability means your deck is kind of dirtly, and then the 2 life actually makes up for the dirtliness of your deck, especially against the really aggressive decks in the format, which they're going to be. And 1/3 is not irrelevant. Well, that's it for our box number 3. Let's organize these a little bit. Well, things got disheveled a little. Ocatra's, random app. There we go. Claim to Fame, best card so far in term money-wise. Here we go. Sphinx, Supreme Will, it's pretty good. Fontu's pretty good. Scavenger. Oh, our 2 mythics. Yeah, there we go. They were the 2 gods, the Locust God and the Scorpion God. So we just need a Scarab, and then we've got all the friendos together. Hollow One, I'm excited to see its playability. We've got the Blue Hour, we had the Green Hour earlier, we had the White Hour and Black. We actually just didn't have the red. Oh, Razaketh. 3, triple mythic. Cool, we got 2 demons, 2 gods, and they're all in the Bolas colors. I see a trend happening. Praise the God Pharaoh. Oh, and we did get the red hour. All right, so we got one of each of the hours in this box. That's pretty good. And Supreme Will, money uncommon once again. And our first rare of the opening was a Wildfire Eternal, one I'm a little less excited for. But overall, this box was pretty good. We can take a look at our foils real quick again. Hopo, one I'm super excited about. I guess it's always cool to get your lands. Oh, yes, and we had one more rare, the Hour of Glory in foil. Poor Ronus getting stabbed by that Scorpion God. Rest in peace, Ronus. You did us well. All right, well, thanks for watching. We're going to be oh, of course, killed the Ceradon. Going to be doing some more of these, and you'll be seeing a bunch more Hour of Devastation content coming up. We've got a release coming up soon as well, so be hyped for a new standard, and we're going to be hyped to bring you some new standard content. See you soon. Bye.